What's the name of this one?
I don't actually know. I haven't figured it out yet because there's a couple of different things that I wanted to try.
Maybe it can be about what to do when you haven't trained your dogs in a few days. Like if you fall off, so to speak, right?
Oh, getting back into the groove.
Yeah, getting back into the groove.
Getting back into the groove. Okay, cool. That will be great. Alex, come here. Good. Okay. We're gonna move this out of the way real fast. Place this right here. Okay. So,
Got 9 people in here.
Okay.
What's up, Paul? Steps to Hope.
Have not trained the dogs in a couple of days, if you guys have been missing out on the live streams. And so in this one, just getting back into the groove of training if you haven't, if you kind of like fell off for a while. I think a lot of us can relate to kind of falling off with training. So this is how to kind of get back into it, because if you aren't training your dog and you feel kind of off, your dog will probably also feel off as well. So for me, how I envision this training going is I'm just going to run through just all of our basic commands, just kind of flow through them, just like your sit, your down, your climb, just working on those basic ones, and then go back to the things that we were working on before I had kind of like taken this break from training with them. So one of the things that we were working on was getting up onto this Painter's Best platform, and we were working on our stand command. And so doing that, and if I get around to it, one of the things that I have been learning a little bit more about is indirect rewards. So potentially doing that, and I'll show you guys kind of what that means by indirect rewards. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. Are you ready, Alan? Are you ready? Are you hungry? You want some food? Sit. Very good. Back. Back. Good. Back. No. Back. Good. Down. Very nice. Very cool. Up. Down. Good. Up. Good. Back. Very nice. Good job. Sit. Good job. Good. Go. Back. 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 Down. Clap. No. Clap. Clap. Good boy. Very nice. Clap. Clap. Good boy. Very nice. Down. Stand. Very nice. Break. Good. Climb. Good. Down. Stand. Very good. Nice job. Break. Climb. Down. Stand. Very good. Break. Climb. Good boy. Nice job, Bobo. Good. Sit. Good. Stand. Good. Very good. Nice job, Bobo. Very good. Nice job. Sit. Come. Good. Climb. Break. Climb. Break. Climb. Down. Good. Stand. Break. Good. Climb. Very good. Sit. Down. Stand. Break. So that's kind of more of what I am working towards, is kind of like an indirect reward where he goes and gets his reinforcement away from me. And this can come in helpful in training later. I picked up this idea from the Canine Paradigm. Pat Stewart just released something that he calls the triangle on Patreon. And so I was looking at that concept, and so that's where I kind of picked it up from. And I see the value of it and how it can be really important, so I want to integrate it into my training more. Down. Good boy. Very nice. No. Good. Stand. Good. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Break.
People are digging the sock combo tonight. Purple and orange.
Alice. Climb. Good boy. Nice job, Bo. Nice job. Up. Good. Down. Stand. Break. Alice. Climb. Very good. Down. No. Good. Stand. Break. And that's Atlas for us. All right.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby indeed. So we're gonna roll through the same thing with Aurora and see if we get to a point that I felt like we got to with Atlas. Sometimes I use it out of the bowl, but I don't really feel like holding it, so let me go into the treat pouch. You know, I've bought other treat pouches, but for some reason I just always go back to this one every single time.
I think we should make our own treat bags. Canine Performance
Yeah.
Pouch.
Aurora,
Canine Performance Pouch.
Canine Performance Pouch.
Limited drop.
Atlas.
Coming soon.
Go.
He's like, I don't know about that.
You want to go in the crate instead? Okay.
He probably did if that blanket was on there.
Atlas, climb. No, he's so wiggly anyway. Climb. Hey, climb. Good. Sit. Good. Aurora, are you ready? Are you ready, Aurora? Oh my goodness. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, Aurora's ready. Aurora's ready. No. Okay.
That was a lot.
Are you ready? Sit. Very nice.
We're amped up.
Good. She's excited for training. Very good. Go. Oh, that's a good girl. Very good. Not as fast as down. As gulping things down as Atlas is, so I usually have to give her fewer rewards. Good girl. No. Down. Good girl. Very good.
What exercises are we working on today? We're getting back into the groove
Yes.
of training after not being consistent for a few days. So doing a lot of well-known exercises and positions for them. right?
Yes. Touch.
They're very eager to work for Natalie today. They're glad that I no longer am the controller of and distributor of their breakfast and dinner.
Very good. Very nice. Come here. Good. Sit. Thank you. Back. No. So much sass. Up.
Sassy bit.
Good. I know. Back.
That's
No.
forward. That's opposite.
That's the opposite. What are you doing? This is what happens when you're gone from training from several days. Aurora, come here. You gotta focus. Sit down. Sit. Good. Back. Yes. Thank you. Come here. Sit. Good. Back. Good. She like throws her head into it and snorts. Gosh.
How dare thee ask me to move backwards?
Very good. Very nice, Aurora. Aurora, good. Very good. Very good. Nice job, pretty girl. Just a good root. Aurora, go quiet. Yeah, nice work. Nice work. Okay, quiet. Good. Good.
Is that an operant conditioning grid I see on the dry erase board?
Yes, it is. Down. Good.
She knows stand too.
Well, she won't do it with her little beans falling off the edge of the platform there. Come. Very good. This is a nice.
Drop some hearts if you can hear us. Is the audio good? We need to know somehow.
Good girl.
Uh-oh.
Down.
Okay. Cool.
Good. Very nice. Stand. Stand. Good.
Or you're getting a lot of love right now.
Good.
Everyone's loving the energy and passion you're bringing into this feeding session. Let's see if she can maintain it.
Over quick.
She's on point tonight.
Very good. Down. Very good. Stand. Very nice. Good girl. Raise. No.
That's Aurora for you. She's got class, sass, and a little bit of mass.
Down.
Know what I'm saying?
Good. Stand. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Look at you, Aurora. Aurora-roo. Okay.
What was one of the best names from your box the other day of like what people call? Remember the story you made?
Oh,
What was one of the best names?
Neo, the freckled pity, meatball. That just really stuck with me for some reason. So if Neo listens to this, I liked the meatball. Aurora! Aurora, climb. Very good. Sit.
Impressive impulse control on the guy on the treadmill. Oh, that's amazing, Atlas. You got a compliment.
Yeah.
What a lad. What a guy.
Down. She burped at me. No, Aurora. Down. Good. No. Down. Good. Stand. Aurora, stand. Good. Break. Very nice, Aurora. Aurora, climb. Good. Very nice. Good girl. Sit. Break. Shh. No. Aurora, climb. Very good.
Ryu Kane Corso said, these sessions are so valuable. We aren't often shown how to respond or react when communication isn't understood or followed through with.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Gianna Swan says, very helpful. Capone the Doberman says, I love that the socks don't match. Well, they kind of match in the sense that the colors go together nicely, but they certainly aren't a matching pair. All right, well, that was interesting. Did you guys know Natalie's part Irish? We just witnessed her Irish roots just exploding out of her.
Good girl. Very nice. Stamp.
Oh, no. No. Oh, that's sad. Not
Last
cool.
one.
Not cool. Not cool.
Down. Good. Stand. No.
It's not really how it's done over.
Down.
NYC Freestyle. What's up, bro? I hope you're doing well.
Stand. Aurora, stand. Yes, good. That was a sloppy last one. That one, she stepped off of it first before I released her.
She knew what she was doing, too.
She did.
We should take the last bit of her food.
No.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I was so scared.
Does she have a prong above her regular collar? Yeah,
Oh,
they just got back from the walk.
Do you...
Maybe we get... Look, he'll bring it to you.
Released?
He'll bring you that stick.
Okay, go get it. No, Atlas, go get it. Atlas, go get it. No, Atlas, go get it. Get it. No, get it. No. Get it. Yes, good boy. So sad, he only gets one kibble for doing that. It was so good.
Oh, poor guy. He'll live. Alrighty.
I don't need it anymore, thank you.
Do you do any bite work with the GSD? No.
Nope.
Just on his chew toys.
Just his chew toy. Thank you, honey. Thank you, boy. I don't need it anymore. Just hold on.
Alright. So what was this? Give us the recap for the YouTube algorithm.
For the YouTube algorithm, we are working on hand feeding to promote food motivation that develops a relationship and a bond with your dog for a higher level of reliable obedience in dog training. Hey, go get it.
We got some
Where's my
questions.
bag? Go get it. Yes.
Capone the Doberman, when you're working with both dogs in the room, how do you correct Atlas if he were to break his climb while working with the other dog?
How would I correct him? I would tell him no, and then I would replace him back onto whatever object that he's on. But the only reason why I feel comfortable enough doing that is because that both of them have a pretty high level of consistent obedience. If they did not have a solid climb command or a place command, then I wouldn't do that. I would put them into their crate. And we usually do that a lot of the time if we're doing it upstairs in the living room and not in the garage, that I put them into their crate so that way they do not get reinforced of breaking the command, because that's like one of the worst things that you can do is put them into a command, have them break it, and then not be able to enforce that command. So yeah, but if you were to break it, I would just say no and then replace him onto it. And if it continued to be a thing, I would either bring his remote for his e-collar so I could keep a watch on him, or I would just put him into a crate. That makes sense. Good job, Aurora. Just a good job, Aurora.
All right. Until next time.
Thanks, guys.